So NFTs, non-fungible tokens, appear to be all the rage, especially in the art world. But it begs the question: what is the legalities of this? And a non-fungible token is, in its simplest form, one token that cannot be replaced by another of equal part, right? So it's a vehicle for tokenizing assets, right? Which is a great thing, right? Because it's effectively, and again, I'm sort of dumbing things down, but it's a way to get assets on the blockchain, right? And when you think about the concepts, right, and how, even at a very banal level, like with property records, right? No two houses are the same because they're in different locations and they may have different sizes and different legal descriptions and things like that. You could easily tokenize, real estate records, right? And that could be done through the use of non-fungible tokens because they're unique, right? Like Bitcoin is not is fungible because one Bitcoin could be swapped for another Bitcoin. You'd wind up with the same thing. But the question is, can, and you see these artwork, right, like CryptoPunk and some others, where, the question becomes, what am I really selling? And the devil's always in the details, right? And I think NFTs are great things, especially like an IP, right? Like it's a fantastic way to monetize and secure IP. But when you're talking about, and that can include art, obviously, when you're talking about a non-fungible token, the question goes back to the same analysis that you would follow when you're looking at a token for ICO or STO, right? And it's the rights and privileges associated with that token. And so when I look at it, a lot of these, especially in the art world, you see scenarios where there's a smart contract built in and you sell the NFT and then there's a residual, right? Like if I purchase the NFT and then resell it, some portion thereof goes to the original creator of the work, which is great. But in that instance, you have a profit motive, you have two or more people acting in concert, and you have a asset, an underlying asset. And art can be a security, right? It depends. Anything can be a security. Just depends on the privileges associated with it. And so I think in some instances, NFTs can actually represent securities. And what is that, what's the practical effect of that? The practical effect of that is if you are selling that, right, that NFT that represents a piece of artwork and you have like a residual, right, and the means of which, the priority of which is profit, you would inherently be engaging in a securities offering. And there's exemptions, right? And the way you go about, and I've discussed this previously, not every sale of a security is a securities offering, right? Like sort of a handshake type deal is not a securities offering per se, right? When you sort of transmit that message out into space and you don't know who's going to return with a offer to purchase, that's more of an offering. When you're less, I guess, availing yourself to traditional means of advertising and the like, you fall under different exemptions, which are don't include the accredited investor requirements of like Regulation D and the like. So it's a case by case basis, right? It's a case by case basis, but it's definitely something to consider because an NFT, while cool, can definitely be a security, right? And it's just a matter of how you arrive at what I'm getting for my NFT and what I'm paying back to the original seller or sellers. So that's my take. NFTs, really cool stuff, but really in another legal gray area like so many other things in blockchain. But if you have questions, definitely hit me up. Adam at AdamTracy, TRACY.io. happy to expand upon this at your convenience.